A city starved for hope finally had its savior. Aaron Rodgers, the four-time MVP, stepped onto the field to rewrite decades of heartbreak. 4 plays in, the unthinkable happened. A pop, a stumble, and a silence that swallowed the stadium whole. That night, MetLife went from electric to empty. And for Jets fans, it wasn't just a torn Achilles. It was another chapter in a curse that refuses to die. And joining me once again is Avril Stephens, better known as the JetsGirl, back for her second episode of Sports Guard to help us relive that pain that hit just 4 plays into a brand new era. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow on all the socials at KPearceTV, but most importantly, please enjoy this week's episode of Sports.
4 plays in. 4 plays.
Between the butt fumble and Aaron Rodgers getting hurt 30 seconds.
Aaron Rodgers, hands down. Aaron Rodgers, hands down. Aaron Rodgers, hands down. Aaron Rodgers, 4 plays in with far worse than the butt fumble. I don't go out to bars anymore and watch Jets games because we're the Jets. We had Aaron Rodgers. I went out. I was at the bar. 4 plays in. I flipped my whole chair. The girl at the bar, she had to give me a couple shots. I just knew this was the year. We were going. Aaron Rodgers was taking us to the promised land. 4 plays. We should have gotten rid of turf almost immediately. Like, y'all had how many days in between the next game? Get rid of the turf. And then Jermaine Johnson tore his Achilles same season on turf. So we had back-to-back Achilles tears on turf. We still have turf.
As crazy as it may sound, after the injury to Rodgers devastated the Jets season, the following season where Rodgers was active the whole year might have been even worse.
And then next season, he barely shows up to training camp, OTAs. Like, he's just... I don't care how many no-look passes you can throw. If you're not practicing with first team offense, second team offense, somebody, if you're not practicing, if you're not going in preseason and having at least a couple snaps the first couple of games to get used to it, how do you expect to be ready week 1 and make this the comeback year? The math ain't mathing. It doesn't make sense. I just didn't understand his thought process. I'll never forgive Aaron Rodgers. I won't.
But was there a specific game where Avril knew this season was going to go south?
London game. That was the game. My neighbor is a Jets fan as well. So we actually started watching all the games together. So we have a tradition. We watch every game together. So we woke up, we're watching the Jets at 8, 9 a.m. And what I witnessed was just, I was done. He could have stayed. He could have stayed in London.
I saw his stat line for that day. 54 attempts, 3 picks, 3 sacks. Ugh.
It does not make sense. Like, you are Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that Saleh should have been fired. I think that the OC should have been fired. Hackett should have been gone. Hackett should have been gone the first year. Like, when he tore his Achilles and he was done for the season, they should have got rid of Hackett. That was mistake number 1. And then keeping him around, like, I get it. So what? They're cool. They're buddies. Okay. You couldn't call a play last season to save your life. So what makes us think that you're going to be able to call a play this season to save your life? You still can't call plays. So, I think that Saleh was unjustifiably fired. I miss my coach. I'm happy that we have Aaron Glenn. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy we have Aaron Glenn, but I miss my coach. I liked Robert Saleh and I liked Joey D together. I think that when they signed Aaron Rodgers, him bringing over or wanting to make the Hackett thing work so bad is what messed us up. Had we had any other OC or anybody else calling plays, I don't think he gets sacked in the middle of the season. He gave us the best draft. Like, took a couple picks, sprinkled some fairy dust, and turned it into Sauce, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. That's the best draft that I can think of that we've had. I don't think he should have been fired. I don't think either one of them should have been fired. And I know I'm one of very few Jets fans that will say that, but it was on the OC. It wasn't on the head coach. It wasn't on the defensive coach. It wasn't on the general manager. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers is buddy-buddy with Woody and made it a condition that Hackett couldn't get fired. Because otherwise, how does he not get fired? I think them firing Saleh in the middle of the season made everything worse because of how unexpected it was, how much the locker room had his respect. And I think we had one of the worst report cards after the season, after his firing, because of it, because of how they went about firing him. I think that was the worst move. That between firing Saleh and signing Aaron Rodgers, I don't know which one is worse.
After all that chaos and dysfunction, the Jets now find themselves with a new coach and a new front office. But will that matter in the long run?
Woody is going to do something because Woody likes to meddle. Just like Jerry Jones likes to meddle, Woody likes to meddle. And because Woody likes to meddle, we're set back 5 years at least. And I think that's a disservice to AG. Because I think AG is the coach to take us back to the playoffs. I think he is the coach to turn this team around. But I think that Woody is going to meddle and it's going to mess with it. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but Woody's track record has shown me otherwise.
And one of the reasons why a change in leadership on the field and in the front office might be mute is that the leadership even higher, as shown Woody Johnson's Jerry Jeudy saga, might just be the end-all be-all. Let's dig into that story, shall we?
I watched him in college. When he got drafted to Denver, I was so excited to watch him play in the NFL. And then it was rumored we might try to get him, that we could possibly trade for him. I never saw anything besides a rumor, but I got excited because I know how good he is, because I actually watched him in college. I don't know what his kids be doing. I don't know what they're watching or where they're getting the information from, but he needs to never listen to his kids ever again. Like ever. It would have been Jerry Jeudy, Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers. I'm supposed to have a ring that I can remember. I'm supposed to have 2 rings right now. One that I can actually remember. I wasn't here for the first one. I want a ring that I can remember. I'm supposed to have a ring right now.
Jets fans have been through a lot. They're arguably the most tortured franchise in all sports. So I had to ask Avril, what would a possible solution be to solve these woes?
Woody, sell the fucking team.